Hey everyone, it's Raj with 3CB. Arsenal have been linked with the move by multiple reputable sources for Leicester City's James Maddison. However, the question becomes with Maddison is, does his injury history create any cause for concern? When you look at his injury history, especially over the last year, last summer he had a hip procedure on a tendon. Then he had a slight muscular issue in the hamstring, and then he had multiple knee issues, although quite mild, and then again had some hip discomfort, which essentially ended his season. When looking at the injury history and the evolution of it, two things really stand out to me. The first is my only real concern with Maddison, which is potentially that hip, because he did have surgery on it, and then of course he suffered that discomfort toward the tail end of the season, which at first seemed to be mild, but then had him out for an extended period of time. The hip is a high load, high demand joint, and so that's always a bit concerning. However, on the other side of the coin is the fact that Maddison's recent string of issues have only come after the pandemic shutdown, into the restart, and then into this season. We know now for a fact with all the data that compressed schedule, shortened off season, and another compressed schedule put a huge stress on players. So it becomes really difficult to ascertain whether this is actually the issue of Maddison not being able to just handle the normal demands of football, or if it's an issue where these demands of football over the last season have just been far too much for most players, including Maddison. The key thing here is that if there is indeed a transfer going to happen, Arsenal's medical staff, who has been quite good, will do a full medical and physical workup on him to be able to check out some of those issues and then come to an assessment on that. And then secondly to that is that Arsenal are trying to build a attacking front that has multiple levels to it and has rotation and depth. That type of depth and rotation bodes extremely well for Maddison, who can get certain games off to be able to manage some of that risk and therefore be optimized for those games that he does play potentially.